10-1 NBA prize picks run. Let's keep it going. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Craig Ben, aka CashKeg, back with another NBA prize picks video. Got 3 more picks for you. We will talk about kind of a small Thursday slate. Don't love the football game, but we're still going to get after it. We'll give you 3 more NBA prize picks. 2-0 yesterday. When he had the DNP on, Wendell Carter Jr. decided he was not going to suit up yesterday. But yeah, easily went over on the Draymond Green assist, or if you played the rebounds and assists, which I talked on a different video, that one hit as well. And then Tyrese Halliburton, any under you play that we talk about, points and rebounds, assists, everything, he went under yesterday. So 2-0, that brings us to 10-1 NBA run on our prize picks, NBA picks over the last few videos here. And we're just going to keep this thing going. Got 1 first half play, 2 regular plays. And again, pulling all these from our Daily Edge Sports elite tools that we do have if you want to sign up for them to get our projections. And again, if you don't have that PrizePicks account, you want to join us, use that promo code CashKeg, play $5, get $50 instantly. Let's get after it. All right, PrizePicks desktop is up here. Again, we're going to talk about 3 plays that we do like here for Thursday's action. Again, small NBA slate, 1 football game, just not great overall, but that doesn't mean we can't try to find some value here. First half play we're going to look at, we're going to go Chris Paul. Now, when I pulled this up, I was kind of shocked. I mean, what he's done over his last 10 games, let's say 8 games, honestly. His minutes are way down over his last 7 games here, where he's only putting up 11, 13. He had 14, 12, 13, 14, 12. Just not a ton of minutes. And then they got a lot of injuries on top of it. Vassell's still out, but Victor's out with a right knee bruise. Jeremy Sohan is still out. Chris Paul is a game time decision, so he could sit here, but I'm going to play this as if he does suit up. He's only cleared this in once over his last 8 games. 7-3, 6, 15, where he had against Sacramento, but then 8-8, 7 and 8. He's just not doing a whole lot here, and these younger guys are getting a little bit more run. And I think it's a spot where we can look at playing under the 13 points, rebounds, and assists for Chris Paul. And it's a spot I definitely don't mind with what he's kind of done here lately. And again, I looked up with Victor off the court, 2 games this year, he's been under them both as well. So the minutes aren't there for him, and the production is not either. Even though the matchup against the Jazz is a good one, but I still think it's a spot where I'm going to take less for Chris Paul here, just with the time that he is getting on the court in the first half. Let's go to regular NBA full game here. As you see, here's what is popular. LaMelo's pretty popular. Is actually hitting in our tool as well. 7.14, about the same, honestly. But it's got the plus EV. That's why it's getting smashed. Minus 111. But I'll tell you, what's scary about that play is LaMelo only played 24 minutes last game, and he wasn't hurt. Had 5 assists in those 24 minutes. Probably would have cleared that number if he was out there. But it does scare you a little bit. For that, was it just a one-time thing? Is he going to get back to his 35, 36 minutes? He should. Maybe it was, maybe you can spread more light on that. I didn't really dig too deep into it. I just remember watching that game and was like, man, why is he not playing very much out there? So I'm not going to take ball. What I'm going to take is I'm going to head up there and I'm going to take his running mate here, and I'm going to take Brandon Miller. And the one thing I'm going to look at is I'm going to look at rebounds and assists with Brandon Miller. Missed it 2 of the last 5 games. However, I like where his minutes are at. The last 5 games, 40, 30, 38, 33, 35, and 38.5. And again, he's cleared this in 3 of those 5 games. And then he played Detroit back on November 6th, where he had 10. We have a game like this, again, small slate, not a ton to dig into. But, where he's hit 4 out of 6. He hit 5 of the last 7. He's cleared this. And again, just missing it in both that Milwaukee game in Brooklyn here. But again, you kind of like where the minutes are at. He only played 28.5 minutes in that Detroit game where he ended up having 10. So yeah, if Ball was limited in any way, maybe we get more Brandon Miller running point as well. But we got him projected for almost 8, minus 106 on the over. So again, I think out of the two, I prefer Brandon Miller over LaMelo Ball. But just one of those things you can kind of think about. And then the third pick we're going to talk about, we're going to just stay right up here on top of the board. And this is Kyle Filipowski. And 8.5 points. This we got it for 9.47, minus 106 on the over here. Again, going up against the Spurs. And one of the things that I do like about this is there's no Wemby, right? I probably wouldn't even think about playing this if Wemby was out there, just because he blocks so many stinking shots. But center position, even when Wemby's out there, they're ranked 25th in points allowed. And, they still got a plethora of injuries over there on Utah. In that front court, Hendricks is out. Walker Kessler is out. So he's still going to be out there quite a bit. If we kind of look what he's done over his last 5 games, 18, 14, 9, 13, and then just 3 against the Lakers. But the minutes have been there with those guys out. 24, 30, 29, 24, and 25 in those 5 games. And, this opened up at 9.5, got pushed to 8.5. I like it at this. I don't think I would like it so much at 9.5. I think it's still playable, but at the 8.5 mark, I have no problem taking a shot here at Kyle against these guys. The Spurs, again, have no Wemby. Vassell's out. Sochan's out. And then, Zach Collins is a game-time decision. And then, of course, Chris Paul as well. So, I don't mind taking this if he's going to play mid-20s minutes. I'm going to get some shots here. In those 5 games, didn't see a ton of shots against the Lakers, only had 3. That's probably a lot had to do with it. But the last 4 of that, 11, 8, 5, and 10 to get there for you. So I can see him getting anywhere between 6 and 10 shots. And if he does that, he's definitely going to get there. So we'll take a shot at old Kyle at the 8.5 on a slate that I absolutely don't love. And hopefully we can continue our 10-1 NBA run here on PrizePicks. Again, if you want to look at the tool here, what we have, Harrison Barnes, I was looking at first half points, rebounds, assists. We got for Shy Moore. Nothing really just absolutely stood out looking at the tool. Either looking at plus EV, looking at our projections here, nothing just really stood out and was like, hey, this is the play that I want to jump on. So again, I would play light today. If you're going to dive in, don't go heavy on the slate. We got tomorrow, it's Friday, where it's going to be a better slate, but just not a ton of games here, for today with just the 4 NBA games. But Friday we have the NBA Cup. And again, those players tend to play a little bit harder because, again, overall NBA products pretty disappointing outside of the playoffs, which is great. And this NBA Cup, they tend to get up for a little bit more, which I like to see. And I'm glad they did something because, I tell you, man, I'll keep preaching it. I can't stand the NBA product with driving to the rim, open layup, dish it out for 3s. That's all they do all day long. They just play such casual ball. You don't see a ton of defense. Nothing's really unique. It's all copycat league. They do the same thing across the board. It's just not as entertaining as it used to be. So, okay, get off my soapbox. Appreciate you guys. Hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel. Let's keep this thing going. See you on the flip side. Deuces.